Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I got maybe 2 hours to stream. I don't... Wait. Minecraft realm? Don't seem to have any realms to play together with your friends. Nice. Valid. He survived. I can't do anything. He survived. I ended last video off about here. And the reason I ended up doing that was due to having to do something. There. Okay. Let's see, do I got any stories? I guess so I work at a store for automobiles or vehicles that require engine. And so I normally just like get people their parts, and one day when I was doing said thing, I had a guy come in. I don't remember the vehicle he had, but so this guy came in and he was saying he said he needs help to get something for his, I think it was like a Volkswagen or something. I don't remember the part he needed, but when but yeah, no, when I was going to, so I finished the transaction with him. I got his part, I gave it to him, I sold it to him. And I asked him if that was it when he ordered the part, and he said yes. So, as customary, gave him all that, finished the transaction. He said he doesn't need anything else. And then 5 seconds later, this man says, "Oh yeah, no, I actually need spark plugs too." And then, so I, I'm annoyed, slightly, and that's when I just finish up with him. 5 seconds later, I end up seeing him in an interview with my boss, and it was, for me, it was slightly funny because it felt like my boss was the one getting interviewed, not him. Because he was just spouting out constantly. And I don't even think it was fully about the job. If I genuinely was to say something about, if I was to genuinely just say anything about if you go to get car parts from anywhere, my first suggestion would be don't try and call in if you know you're still going to come in, just to double check. I had a lady, I think, two days. Oh no, it was yesterday. But I had a lady yesterday come in, order fully. She fully paid for a part, and then she asked me to check to make sure it was the correct part. So I did end up doing that. It's just it's more easier for us if you just don't order it, if you're not if you don't fully understand it, or if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. I will say, if you don't order, it makes it a lot easier for us, because then we don't have to go through the whole return and funding issue. That wastes not just our time, but also wastes your time. So that one's more of just something that can be done that will benefit everyone in this situation. If we were to talk about the way I feel people should be doing things, because I will say I don't agree with my boss on like 12 different levels. Because a lot of the stuff he wants us to do is stuff that's technically going to be breaking the routine we've all set with each other. And if we can keep that routine the same, I would mostly say it would be a lot better of a thing. Because all he needs to do, it's more, this man left retirement to do this. Nothing, he had no reason to. I feel like he sort of screwed himself over. And I feel really bad that he left retirement. It's not, oh, he needed the money or any of that. By my knowledge, he just wanted to leave retirement. I felt like he could have gotten a hobby, and that would have been a lot better of a financial situation for him. Because yes, he's making money, but also at the age he's at, it's not really there's a reason people are meant to retire at a certain age. Because once you hit a certain degree, people aren't going to want to hire you, mostly due to them not knowing if you're going to last in the job, or them not knowing if you're just going to pass off at any time. That's the main reason why so many people that are on the older age struggle getting jobs. Is because there's so much risk with being at the age you should be retiring at. I genuinely feel like if you are able to retire, just do so. Don't get another job unless it's a hobby. Because that hobby would be more... It would be better for you to keep that hobby than for you to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to attempt to continue the workload. I'm going to try and continue working. It's not good for you. I understand if it's like, oh yeah, no, I just need the money because I got stuff I need to be doing. I got payments that need... I understand that. I completely am with you if you are within that situation. It's just like the people that get it because they want to. I don't really understand. Oh, well, I do. Because I'm a person that doesn't like doing nothing. If I could have time where I just do a lot of things compared to a time where I just do nothing, I'd prefer the time where I do a lot of things. Don't want that leaking. Actually, we'll do bottom. Keep top. I just see it as a better... And this is just my stance. My stance isn't exactly smartest thing ever. It's just I worry more about people's state and if they can even hold that state for long enough that it doesn't affect their living quality. Like if someone could have a job and it doesn't affect them too much to have that job, okay, yeah, no. I would be completely fine with them working. It's when someone is wanting to do a job, but it's clear that they do not have the right mentality to even be doing that job. Or if they're within that specific age range of if they do a job, they are more of a financial risk to themselves than benefiting anybody else. I overall just feel like it could be done better than it is. And then I feel like the idea of a conversation has completely changed. Because conversations is you put in a point, the other person puts in a point that relates. And if you're good at changing the point, then you can change it. Doesn't mean, oh, the second you want to change because it doesn't matter to you, change it, unless it gets in a situation that you don't feel safe with. Then there is so much about vocalization when speaking or in a talk that I don't think everyone knows about. Or I don't think anybody really does. Because a lot of people believe, oh, it's just me stating my opinion. It shouldn't matter. The thing is, your opinion has effects. It is not anyone else's fault that you decided to be a bit more vulgar with your language, or decided that you feel like these things should be a lot more common and less consequential and publicly criticized. Like, fine, understanding, but also you aren't the only person in this world. And that alone probably would bring me to people having this huge sense of it doesn't matter what others think because I'm the only one that matters. It that to only various degrees is true. Because the thing is not everybody's smart in every the. You know, I'll first do the word smart. I don't like that word in general because smart is there is no like, oh yeah, no, smart has one main thing and this is smart. There is, you can be financially smart. You can be smart within math. You can be smart within literature. You can be smart within there's variations of smart. There is no big denominator of smart. I think that's something that people don't understand as much as I want the world to, because everyone seems to be on this. Oh yeah, no. Every smart is always going to be one thing and one thing only. When there are way too many different variations of smart, and if the only way you try to calculate it is by how many conversations someone can win in, or how many conversations, it's like, yes, you could have someone that's absolutely extremely smart in general knowledge, but when it comes to, I don't know, let's say public speaking or speaking with others, that they have that they don't have a personal intelligence in that area, and it could cause them to look on the uncontrollable end of themselves, or it's the fact that yes, some people can thrive in certain conversations, some can't in others, and everyone seems to be like, oh, if you can't do this, then you're stupid. No. Genuinely, that is not how it should even be viewed. If you want to view intelligence in any method, view it in by area. Like, let's say, oh, I got an English teacher. Okay, they got a degree in English. I can probably assume, take a safe thing, because it seems like nobody is allowed to make any assumptions anymore. But I pretty sure I can make the assumption that, oh, they can love reading. Or, oh, what is it? Not love reading. It's because love reading is one of the ones I was thinking of, but it's like, okay, with them, oh, having a high intellect when it comes to language, but doesn't mean they're going to be extroverts, because if you put them on that same pedestal of, oh, they're smart this way, that must mean they're smart this way, and then that must mean they're smart. It's hitting a point where it's a bit more obnoxious, because then you put them in a state where you're judging them based off of the only information you have of them. That's why if I make a judge on a person, I want it to be, how would I know this? Could I base it off of a fact? Could I base it off of the way they taught? It's genuinely just, okay, if I get this knowledge, how can I make sure it's factual? Because it seems like assumption is something that people want to do, but also people criticize. And It's very weird to criticize something that a lot of other people do. I don't know. That could just be my personal opinion on it. That even could be. That is just my personal opinion on it. I know my opinion isn't the best. And I think compared to most, I understand that my opinion is never going to be factual, the common denominator that's always going to be correct. Because for me, I would say I'm not very socially aware. Yes, I can pick up on some things, and when I do feel bad, I feel very bad, and I never understand what I'm doing. It's just something that I've learned about myself over time. That if I continue on the if I continue on the base plate that I think on, it doesn't really give me the best position to be going off for other people. And I feel like in this day and age, that should be something that is thought about more. Especially when a lot of it is, oh, this is it, when it's a all about me world. I still want to know how those are like that. Because I absolutely love the idea that people need to get better with self-care and all that. But also, people need to sort of control themselves a bit better than they're doing it. Because if you aren't keeping really much control over what you're doing, why would you expect others to do the same? And you could say, oh, because it blank or it blank, but if you're not wanting to really do it yourself, why expect others? And then I don't like when people say, oh yeah, no, I do this every... Heck, I'm even one of those people. I say I do something, I probably don't. It's just how I think the human mind is coded. It's like we want to be able to... Not... Would the correct word be compare? I don't want to say the correct word's compare. We want to try and let people know that we're like them. Or we're not too different from them. And that's where I feel like it can get dodgy at times. Because if everyone's wanting to follow the same step, is it worth attempting to be different if everyone's willing to do the exact same thing? And I feel like being different is always the most weirdest thing to talk about, in my opinion. But it's also something that needs to be brought up because nobody's the same as the next. Sure, yeah, you can make arguments saying, oh, but these guys all like the same thing. Wouldn't that make them the same? No. When people say something is a matter of an opinion, it's just how it's perceived by those people. you can have opinions that aren't fine-tuned, aren't the best. Heck, I would say those are some of the better opinions. And that's in my opinion. Because it gives an idea on what we're looking for instead of what we're wanting. Because if we keep on only being like, oh yeah, no, but if I do this, I'm declared better than that person. I don't believe that. Nobody is better than anybody in my mind. You can be equal to, you can be similarities, you can be equal to, you can have similarities. I do not believe anybody is fully better than anyone, because there are things that do push certain people to their limits. And is that an excuse to do bad things? No, that is not anywhere near an excuse for anything. It's just other people have breaking points that you might not know about. That's why if you go within any format of care to others, you need to... Oh, I forgot. I feel like you need to be more open-minded instead of being on the whole, oh, I know exactly what this is, I know exactly what's wrong. Because I will say 9 times out of 10 you might not. And being incorrect is something I think everybody struggles with. Heck, I struggle with. I feel like I struggle with that the most. Because I would say it's a human. A lot of it stuff I talk about is more about humans as a whole compared to anything that is quantitative. No. That feels incorrect. But anything that refers to just one person. Because I've gotten in very weird situations with people where it's just like they say, I'm just using this as a light source because I'm not wanting to get away from this just yet. I still want to work on it. Oh yeah. Slabs. But if I really put it into an area where everyone just wanted to... Oh gosh, the audio probably sucked. But if I put it in an area where everyone had a decision in certain things, people would try and find a way to spin it into their preference. It's not, what was I thinking of? It's not the whole, oh, well, this is how I'll do it, this is exactly how it works. And for me, as a person of, I don't even want to say knowledge or intellect, but as a person the type of person I am not the best when it comes to decisions. When it comes to decisions, yes, I have the ideas right, I have the correct, a good amount of the time I have correct stances, but I would not say I'm the best format of information or the best format of knowledge. I don't think anybody alone should be declared the independent of, or the main person that we go to for knowledge. And that's why for me, when it's like, oh yeah, no, teachers are the ones ruining everything for us. Teachers did. We can't really blame the teacher when they're just doing what they were paid to do. They are paid to follow the school's regulations and not really do anything more than that. That's why I don't feel like we should be blaming teachers for everything. Yes, you can say, oh yeah, no, but my teacher did this, and that really got on my nerves, so I did this in return. Okay, you chose to be decently childish and act in a way that wasn't suiting for the scenario. That's, I would say, one of the weirdest, and I guess this is somewhat a part of the conversation. Weirdly, I would say this is somewhat part of this conversation. But I watch fights. Now, to be probably on a more specific side for this, I watch people fight each other and I judge. And that word is an oof word right there. Oh, he's judging. Oh no. He's judging everybody. Look at this man. He's no. I more judge if they have actual motive to even be doing what they're doing. If the motive suits the fight, I guess that's what I judge. Because if I feel like it doesn't suit the... And yes, I know it could vary for everybody. Not everyone has the same mind. But when I judge the fight, I first look at, is this an actual reason someone would have... Is this an actual reason to fight, or is this just giving an excuse for you to hit somebody? That's normally the first thing I try and look at. Is it actually even worth the fight? Because if it is, then okay. I'm gonna let you slide with just a bit more than I would if it isn't. So I think what brought this kind of to my nose, or my mind, is because I did come across it on, I think, like, not Steam. I came across it on an app. I think it was Twitch. Or Twitter. I think it was Twitter. Because I would watch people. Because I came across it and I realized this guy fills in the information, or at least to the best of his knowledge, on why these people are fighting. And what I've noticed a lot of the time is most of these fights are caused by like 4 things. It's either caused by a woman, and these are just videos that have been sent. There's probably so many fights that have been documented about other things that I haven't seen, because this is currently all this guy's posted. It's either involved something going up with a woman, which, and that's like, what, 10% of the time when I would see these videos. So it was either A, about a woman, or B, it was someone doing an insult that affected the person to various degrees. So it's like, okay, yeah, no, they fought. Okay, there's enough reason to fight if you insult or do something. I'm gonna be a lot less hard-coded to, oh yeah, no, you should burn him with a stake after he did that. No. If it hits the degree where I am saying, yeah, that's worth hitting him for, then, because yes, I'm prone to violence a bit more, but I am not genuinely violent. I'm looking for a reason to fight. I just won't seek it out. And what was I doing? But yeah, no, when I would judge a video, I think I would judge more on the basis of what, when, where, why, and what. Where's this taking place at? Because place matters a lot. what time of day, because if it's like 5 a.m. in the morning and it's something small, it could feel a lot bigger to that person because of how soon it's happening through the day or how late it's happening through the day. And then the what is just me saying, okay, what caused these people to get to such a degree where they would fight each other and risk extreme harm towards each other? Because there are degrees where I believe are okay, and then there are degrees where I believe it's completely unreasonable to be fighting. So I would say a more reasonable degree for fighting. So I'll give two examples, because one, so like I said, of a lot of the ones this guy posted, or I want to say 10%, was a guys fighting over a female. And it's not, and not the entire time, it was either guys fighting over or fighting with. And I'm gonna pull two different ones that included a female, or a female was the main catalyst of it. And I am not, okay, I am, what would it be declared? Because it's not, oh, I'm a feminist, not, oh, I'm a preservation. No, that's not the correct word. I believe everybody should have, and yes, it's probably a bit more on the side of unrealistic, but me as a person, I feel like everybody should be treated with equivalent standards. It's not, oh, okay, he's Hispanic, he's probably running from something. No. Hell no. Women, it's like, okay, what feminists used to be is they used to want equal standing with men. They wanted to be viewed as an equal, like they always should have been. Now, sort of what feminists are has changed to a person that believes women should be higher than men. And I don't like that. That puts a bad taste in my mouth. I love the idea. I love what earlier feminists were doing. Wanting to be the same, wanting to have equal standards, have everything equal with men. I love that idea. Oh, I put that wrong. I put that in the wrong spot. Like, to me, that's absolutely great. That's fascinating. Not even fascinating. No, that's probably the worst context for this to be put in. But I love that they stood up, they did what they did to get to a better position in life. And then the fact that these people are calling themselves feminists, but they're completely ruining the feminist image, disappoints me to various degrees. Because they took a beautiful word, a word that originally was it's like, that, to me, that felt powerful. They stood up for themselves and they gave themselves what they needed to succeed. And during this time, if I'm not mistaken, because I probably could be, but men were really fighting against it. And I can't believe that's something that actually was done, is guys wanted to fight against because they didn't want to feel equal. And I understand that's a real thing that occurs in everyday life. But to me, that's just kind of pathetic. for the fact that you have to put someone else down so you can feel better. Or you can feel bigger about yourself. That, to me, I feel like that is just, that's a lot of things to me. Genuinely, I can believe it happened. I can believe it was done. I just feel very disappointed that it was. And then the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the... Because all these, like, guys that are like, oh, yeah, no, I'm an alpha male. If I'm not mistaken, didn't that... Wasn't most of that stuff brought up by chickens? Or something equivalent to that? It's like, oh, he's an alpha. He's the alpha male. It's like, wait, man, you're talking about a chicken. Calm down. It's genuinely just me being like, that doesn't feel right, and I don't... Like, for me, I try to be... I want to use the term politically correct, but I doubt that's the correct... Why does that feel like a weird pattern? Ooh, right in the middle. That's a sweet spot right there. I'm gonna get rid of this one. But for me, it's just genuinely a position of... Oh. What was I saying? It was a position. Because I was talking about how men would put down women. Just seems... Yeah, no, I lose track of where my mentality is a lot of the time. Give me a second, I'll find it. Ooh, right here actually might be a cool spot to place this. But I firmly have the belief that nobody's better than anybody. And if you believe otherwise, that some people are naturally better, okay, I'm not gonna argue. Why would I argue with a person that doesn't have the same idea as me? And yeah, I'm probably taking a lot of damage to my boots doing this. But for me, genuinely, I'm not just gonna be sitting around. If you don't believe what I say, okay, you don't believe it. I'm not gonna try and force you to. That forcing ideology is the worst thing I can ever that I know. Because if you have to force something on somebody, they're not gonna want to deal with it. They're not gonna want to do it. And it's not me trying to give a matter of an opinion. That's me saying a fact. Yes, you can say my fact is opinionized. It's on my opinion, but I would say that... Sorry, I needed to burp. But I would say that the area that I'm speaking from, I sort of am good with having a stance on. Because to me, I was put within a area that, yeah, sure, at first I didn't want to do. And growing up as a kid, if something becomes too much of a routine, it gets boring. And that doesn't mean I say deny your parent, refuse your parent. No. Listen to your parents. Most of the time they mean what's best for you. And if someone is in a position where they only have one parent, or it's a lot worse of a position than I would like to see him in, I genuinely do get decently sad. And that's more on the concept of me wanting everything to be better than it is. Because if everything's better than it is, to me it feels peaceful. That to me would be peace. And I'm not delusional enough to say that world peace is doable. Because in some area it isn't. I know enough to know that you can't. If you try and force peace, it will never work. If you let peace wait, you have a higher chance of it actually working. But peace above everyone isn't really possible. And I feel like the worst kind of... Could I say peace is the worst kind of thing humans can have? Because, let's say, for stats, for longevity, we have peace. We hit a point where we assume we no longer need weapons, we no longer need to hit certain things within certain areas. But then one area eventually doesn't like the peace or wants power, and since no one else is able to defend themselves, they attack. That's sort of where I stand on peace. It's like, I want it to be a thing that is real and long term, but I also know if it's long term, it's going to be a lot more riskier for people. I can't get away with that one, can I? I'll work with that one real quick. I think like 3 in the middle. That should provide a decently big clump that makes it look very good. But oh, little big boy, come here. Yeah, no, so I'm gonna quickly come and fix this over here. Yeah, no, that's probably why. Let's F5 this. Where is that clump I was looking at? Oh, it's right there. I wish I had better speech or talking skill when it came with people. Because for me, I have ideas. My main issue is when it's getting those ideas out. Because for a lot of people can spin out ideas and they suck. And I'm not saying my ideas are any better. It's more of, for me, when I have an idea and I feel like it's gonna work, I genuinely am strong with that idea. That's also probably good that I don't do much with them, because knowing me, I'll probably be stubborn and just stay with my idea until it does work, which could end up being never. But it's just something that if I do it, I probably feel... Dang it. Dang it. I probably would feel passionate about it if I end up doing it. And I know these days that's actually how a lot of people are, and I'm very happy that's how a lot of people are. We need people to be more passionate about things they see or things they want to do. Because one thing you never want from anyone is for them to lose hope. Hope is a very important thing when it comes to survival. I saw that, right? Yep, there you are. And with some people making it seem like they're starting to lose hope with all the news that's happening, I just want to try and put some format of output out there that it should get better, and if we just hold on a bit longer, it hopefully will. And there are going to be people that are at times Debbie Downer. Oh, gimme. That at times are Debbie Downers where they'll be like, oh, but have you even seen how this is? Yes, I get texts about it or tweets about it all the time. It's genuinely just the whole thing of, okay, we do this, this, and that. Where are we? We're at here? Okay. That, to me, feels... If we treat everything like a schedule, will there be an area where fun even exists in your day? Because I feel like... What the heck is up there? I feel like we can't be within a constant state where we're just constantly questioning what's good, what's bad, what's bad, what's good. Because by doing that, we do... Oh, they are. I'm not gonna bother them. But I feel like we question everything now. Hmm. Yeah, but that's kind of where I see it now. What to do? Let's see. Okay, so we got this. That's... I would say we could probably put a 2 gap there. Let's make it a square. A weird square. Square. let's extend it. Oh. And you know what, we'll put one up there. Yeah, I want to put just a bit more over here. Because it feels like there's a pretty big lack of it. And then we move this here. I do want to save a few just for those top areas, because I do want it to get a bit lighter as I go up. But also I need to start getting some of these. This is starting to get a bit better on the inside. Or at least I would say so. And that's how we do it. Oh, my dodging was pretty on par. That's actually pretty good dodging for my standards. Ominous bottle, I'll get to see which level. I'm calling it, it's a level 3. Level 3. Oh, just Bad Omen level 1. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, no, that's gonna look so much better from the higher angles. You know, because I ended up adding that upper part due to higher angles. Because I realized it looked a bit down or a bit weird when I looked at it from, let's say, here. If I look at it from here originally, that would have been completely flat. There would have been nothing there. Nothing to really make it feel right. I feel like it, and so for, is there really any part of Minecraft that can't be used for fighting? Because redstone can be used for trapping, which I guess you could see as fighting. You could also see farmers, because if I don't remember what it was, but there's like something that farmers can do with mob farms, or it's the fact that, okay, yeah, no, you grind or you mob farm, you can effectively get extremely good gear off the bat and use those for fighting. And so I'm just more on the curious end of, is there something that can't be? Like, oh, Jimmy and his potato sack. Could those be used for fighting? I guess potato sack's the worst option because there's not potato sacks in Minecraft. Oh wait, I'm probably gonna have to end stream soon so I can get set for work. But I'm just more on that curious end though. Because if there is That would absolutely pique my interest. Okay, I gotta stop. I need... Give me this, and we'll swap you out. I also need to save a bit for the upper areas. That's one away. Oh, is this gonna make it? Please tell me it makes it, and I end up with none to spare. Five more. We'll give it right here so we get that triangle shape. Oh wait, actually, because I still got this level. Okay. So it's been 1 hour and 1 minute. I don't even know if I've been talking the entire time. Hopefully I have. I'm wanting to get more used to being vocal instead of just watching the process. And then not giving any format of content. Also, I am very curious of Mojang right now because of my last Minecraft stream got copyrighted. I have recorded quite a few videos using Minecraft music. And this is the first time I think I've gotten a copyright strike. Not a strike, just copyright claim from them. So I think it's either Mojang's team needs to keep up or do something, or I've just been getting lucky because I'm such a small content creator. I say small. The amount of people I have following me, that is not small. If I put that many people into a room, that's a classroom at that point. And that is not a small classroom. So I say thank you. I'm gonna go up there about midday. I'll end stream up there. And then I want to, during the weekends is when I normally get to make more content. So probably during the weekends is when I'll be able to go for like hours on end and just have fun. And if anybody watches this, have yourself a good day. If you made it all, if you've seen up to here, which is very impressive actually, because it's not really likely for me. Because I do stay quiet a lot, so... Oh, I didn't pass it, right? Nope. So, I'm just gonna finish this level. And that's gonna be it for the video. Or the stream. I should probably do the whole thing where it's like streamed on Twitch, where people just like stream it on Twitch, and then they release. I need a better understanding. What is a VOD? Because I hear it used so commonly, and yet I have no conception of what a VOD is. Or at least, what does VOD mean? Not video of definition. I'm trying to put it together in my mind. I can't. I wish I could. I wish I had that intellect right there. I can do that with other things. It's always the more funnier things I can end up doing that with. This is just like one of the few things that's like, you're on your own, man. So, do I want to add any right here? Oh wait, that's the wrong spot. Right here. And we'll get you there, you there. Just so the pattern doesn't look so mimicked on here. Yeah, and I'm gonna say that ends it for today. Have yourself a good